So I've been sent this landing page for divjoy.com, which I am going to quickly roast by reviewing the page itself. But what I'm going to do that's unique today is I'm actually going to try and live annotate the page with some of the changes that I would make. So for the last year, I've done about 200 or 300 landing page roasts, and they've really been focused on verbal feedback. And disappointingly, not everyone is able to implement that. Maybe they can't keep up with what I'm saying, or when they try and translate it, they just don't get what they want or they need at that moment in time, or whatever. I don't know why, but they're not always turning it into actions. I want to see the advice I give tested and analyzed so that we can increase the landing page conversion. So I'm trying a new thing, which is annotating. And I'm going to live annotate the Divjoy website. So first I'll go through it quickly, and then I will put it into awesome screenshot and put a load of notes on it. And it's going to be very rough around the edges, so bear with me. So Divjoy, the React code base generator. By the way, never seen this landing page before, or have, but no, didn't take it in at that time. Don't really know anything about it, the bio or anything. So lots of guesswork here, but the React code base generator. Use our easy web-based tool to create the perfect code base for your next project. 10,000 plus code bases created, how it works video. Choose your stack. Divjoy handles all the integration details from routing to React hooks. You'll have everything you need to build something great. Bowman, Next.js, okay, cool. These are the drop downs that I selected. So cool, database payments, hosting, blah, blah, blah. And then choose your template. So you can select one. And then there's a payment screen. It's kind of like what you get, benefits-based language here, some testimonials. Who's it for, how does it work, and a showcase, which I guess is people that launched it, and then a call to action for the community. Yeah. Okay. So let me pull it into awesome screenshot. By the way, it's a very good looking landing page, and I don't know anything about how it's currently performing, but I still think that I'll put some ideas down. And the idea behind these types of roasts is to sense check what you're doing, and also just to have a new set of eyes, fresh set of eyes, take a look. So let's see if I can create some value. It does look beautiful, and the design is not something that I particularly focus on. It's more around what might increase the desire to sign up and what would decrease the friction that is preventing people from signing up. So a couple of things that I'm thinking of in my head whilst I'm talking shite, which I'll start to list. So let me just move me over here. So this language is really focused on what it is rather than the benefits. And when I look at the testimonials, when I scan them, I saw something about saving time here and making it super easy and functional to create beautiful and functional React, what do you call them, apps. So just to frame things, I'm not from a technical background. This kind of makes some sense to me, but not a lot. So here, this whole element is really focused on who they are rather than speaking to the persona. And the persona is someone who probably builds a high volume of apps and isn't particularly a big fan of the first stages of like setting up the back end and front end stack. So that's the back end stack, and this is kind of like the front end. So really what you're offering is kind of like automating the project setup. So I think the language I give might not be quite right, but I'm looking at some language like launch your next project in minutes, not hours. Can I make that white? Right. And I personally think that, I mean, this is a nice element, but you know, your core real estate here is promoting the brand here, which is a little bit unusual because this is your core space to get a message across that really resonates with someone. And then down here, you've got code bases created, which I liked. And I wondered if you could also have like minutes saved. So that would like bring that to life, the benefit, because again, creating code bases, well, if you added everyone in the world together, they're making a lot of code bases, but doing it using your platform, it's the time they're saving. And then the how it works video, I actually don't think it needs to go here. Personally, just looking at this very simple choose your stack and choose your template, it seemed really simple. Like, I don't need to know any more, I don't think, at this stage, and it's a call to action, when really your call to action is here. Now, traditionally, and I don't want to busy and ruin this really beautiful page, but traditionally, a testimonial should be higher up the page because it's somebody else's opinion. It's supposedly an objective viewpoint on that page, that product even. So that third party opinion should theoretically increase desire and get more people through. And I thought these were really well structured testimonials in that they have the name, the position, and the job. You want people like me. This is cool because you've got people not like me, but people that are well known because he's the CTO of Stripe. And there you've got a visual designer. One thing I always suggest is that you need to make this kind of text scannable. So is there a way to, first of all, reduce the length? And second of all, highlight the critical info. So in this one, Divjoy saved me so much time, it's pretty crazy the amount of value I got for what I paid. You know, I actually think that's enough. People always make these too long. I know the code beauty is really interesting, but really I think we're focusing, or I've decided to focus on the time saving benefit. You could potentially add it as the code clean module and use more testimonials there, but that is something I would consider just killing from these ones so that they're shorter and more scannable. Couple of other things that I'm looking at. This white button looks just like the form element above, so I really don't like that. It just doesn't bring me to pay because it looks like I'm entering details here. But this bit I think is really great. So it's straight into choose your stack. You could argue that more effort should be made like capturing the problem, but I feel that anyone who's done this before, who's built a new app from scratch, knows how long it can take. And once you've got the minute saved, you're demonstrating. So literally the people come in, they click the various things, and then I presume when you click the template, it's going to what work? Yeah. So nice. So interestingly as well, let me come out. The page in itself is the product. Like there isn't like click here to start. You are immediately in the function, which is really, really nice there. So I do like that as well. And these are nice. They're well grabbed. You can kind of see what you're looking at. So let's go through, look at this. Pay once, get lifetime access. Yes, maybe make that text a little bit bigger because I do think that lifetime access is actually a great thing to all the templates in our members only community, right? I would separate out the community. It's very different to unlimited projects. Remember, people are scanning it. Save yourself a month of development time. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, can we build a calculator or some way to quantify that? This is a good landing page, by the way. The copy is good as well. High quality React code base, perfectly integrated with your chosen stack and a custom README to walk you through. Yeah, 14-day money back guarantee. That can go under because that really is a big friction remover. So I would actually put that there, and that's more to do with the context of paying rather than the benefits. so that belongs in that module, and this is the kind of benefits. But yes, money back guarantees are a great friction remover. Um, I just think here, just make sure if you're saying a lot of things that are great, can you prove any of them? Proving with awards, with accreditations, with quantifications, with facts and figures from the platform, you know? Or can you demonstrate them elsewhere on this landing page? This is nice, and then this is cool. I think it's cool. What does it really do? And it just shows you how quickly you can get something up. Maybe again on this one, I would have the person and their role or something. I don't know, the founder or something to make it again more like people like me. And then the only thing here is this is a call to action for the community, which is focused on the language of the community, not what you get out of being in a community. And it says it's a Discord community, but what for? Like, who is it really targeting? You need to talk to the persona. So I would look at this again and just say, like, it's a community based on people working in and creating React apps. Also, this is like critical use space on the page, where if someone scrolled all the way through and then decide they want to start, you probably should have a CTA here, and that just like rolls back up to to this section. So this bit now, but I love it. I actually think this is really strong. I would maybe make this a little bit bigger just to make it clear that this is like step one. And this is 2. I mean, that this is a beautiful landing page. Let me just think of some other elements, but there is not a lot here that I can really comment on. I think if we increase authority, what we're looking at is testimonials, these kind of metrics, logos of people who've used it. Potentially actually showing these may be blocking some conversion. It might distract people, this too, but I think they work quite well. They're quite graceful within the page. The other idea might be to remove this module completely and get them into the creation stage, and then they unlock it. So I'm literally creating it here and here, and then when I get into editing things, that's when this comes up. The downside of having pricing on this page is that you can't register intent as easily. If you had it on another page, you could retarget people visiting it. Although if you had a button, which you also don't have, but well, actually there's that, that would be something you could use on your paid acquisition for retargeting. At the top, and I don't know if I would make this busier, but there isn't a good visual. So traditionally, I would place a visual here that told the story. I don't know if it's necessary because it's so quick to see it by scrolling, but if you wanted to, it's almost like you might overlay some of these images plus the front end image equals a Divjoy, something that just tells the story visually. But broadly, I don't know if I would do that. It's weird because I'm annotating it, but there's nothing to annotate. And it's really nicely done. So thanks a lot for sharing it. Hope some of the thinking was useful. And yeah, all the best.